Good evening. I am Buddy Thayer, and this is another fine edition of Legit Paranormal Clips. We're very excited to bring you this wonderful this wonderful podcast where we host another paranormal investigator and their clips of potential paranormal evidence live on the air here on Legit Paranormal Clips. So today is 3/23/23. If Mike was here, the King Mike is on special assignment this week, but if the King Mike was here, he would tell you some crazy equation about math geeks and about how three and the two and the three and the two and the three and everything kind of like meshes together, and talk about his love for the math geeks. I don't love math. I don't love math geeks. I'm sorry, math geeks. I'm a history dork. So this day in 1806, for you historians and historian dorks, Lewis and Clark began their long journey home back to Missouri from exploring the western half of the country. Liz Taylor died on this day in 2011. Jason Kidd, basketball player and coach, was born on this day. In 2001, the Russians brought the Mir home after a 15-year-long journey traveling around the Earth's orbit. In 1998, James Cameron's epic drama Titanic, 1997, won 11 Academy Awards, tying the record with Ben-Hur for all-time most Academy Awards. And what else? Ronald Reagan announced the Strategic Defense Initiative, otherwise known as the Star Wars program, which was this missile defense program, and we never got attacked by nuclear missiles, and they all lived happily ever after the end. Whew. So tonight, let me bring on, speaking of fairy tales and happy times, live from Block Island. Whoop, come on back. Rick goes to Rick, Block Island Rick, if you will. Welcome to the show, Rick.
How you doing? What is that? I'm trying to figure out what Mike says at the beginning. How you doing? What you know?
Who'd you talk to? What's going on? I don't know.
Pasta Fazul.
Pasta Fazul. I want a Zeppeli. Yeah, all that shit.
What up, buddy?
Hey, how you doing over there, Rick?
We're doing good. The wind's starting to die down around here. It's starting to, be a little more civilized, a little less like an independent film, and more like a place people would like to come to visit.
Nice. What has the Block Island Ghost Tour started yet?
Our bookings are live right now. Right now we don't schedule tours this time of year, but if people are coming out and they want to get a tour, they can just call the Ghost phone and we'll get them out there.
That's fantastic. Rick is a investigator. Rick is a adventurer in the paranormal. Rick owns Block Island Ghost Tours and lovely bar out there, Club Soda. Go out there, have a great time, have a bunch of drinks, and raise a glass. Because tonight we welcome our newest co-host, live from Indiana, Reeni. I'm sorry. What's your last name? I'm sorry.
Yes, but Rodriguez. But I'm not from Indiana. I'm from
Illinois. Oh my God, the land of Lincoln. Oh my God, this was like 5 minutes ago. I'm sorry. This is terrible. I'm terrible.
I know. No,
welcome to the show, Reeni. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, since it's our first time actually meeting you?
Thank you. There's really not much to tell. I mean, I'm a paranormal investigator as well, but obviously I'm interested in like the true crime aspect of it, like with that little bit of twist.
Nice.
Nice.
I like a good rip. I like Jack the Ripper. I like H.H. Holmes. I like all the crazy crime drama that happened, like the Lewis and Loeb, the murder mysteries of the 18th and 19th centuries. I find them absolutely fascinating. So, welcome to the show. Okay, so this evening we are going to be joined by Jill Shelley. She's still in the green room right now. She's enjoying some complimentary drinks and some snacks and whatnot. And we're going to start off with her first. She's got a series of clips that she sent us. All right, so her first two clips are going to be EVPs, which still trying to figure out this whole system. So I'm going to go ahead and try and get this thing rolling. We have about 6 or 8 EVPs that we're going to share. I'm going to do share screen, see if I can get this thing to work. Jesus, please take the wheel, window, entire screen. Okay, we'll do entire screen, I guess. Let's see. It's gonna look awful for a minute or so. Maybe not. Yeah, it is. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and do. Oh shit! I fucked this. I messed this up. I'm sorry. Hold on a second. Oh my god! All right.
I was entering the matrix there for a second.
Dude, it's terrible. Share screen. Okay. Windows. This one. Here we go. Share that. All right. Here we go. All right. So here's a series of EVPs. We're gonna start off with this one here. Don't mind the titles. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna play it again. Okay, now so looking in the title, I'm not gonna take this down just yet. You look in the title, I see what the title says. I see what the EVP is allegedly says. So it immediately makes me think about what might being said there, and I'm kind of hearing that. What are your thoughts, Rick?
It was kind of faint on this end. I don't know if we can raise the volume on it a little bit, but
all right, let me see what I can do here. I have the volume all the way up.
Gotcha.
Oh, no, hold on. Here we go. Let me do this. All right. Let me try and play it again, maybe.
Yeah. Thinks he wants a cold beverage.
Cold drink or cool drink. Yeah.
Yeah.
Reeni, what are you picking up on this? Anything?
I'm actually hearing it.
Are you not hearing it? I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah. You want me to try
I'm
one
not
more time?
hearing it.
All right. You're not hearing it. All right. Let me see about one more time. I can hear drink. Cool seems a bit rushed, but I don't know. Did you get anything over that one?
I really didn't. I mean, I was really trying to hear it, and I just didn't hear it.
All right, I'm gonna bring in our guest investigator, Jill Shelley. Jill, we were Reeni had some trouble kind of hearing that. Rick thought he heard cold drink. Cool seemed a little bit rushed, but I definitely heard drink. Can you give us any context on what we're listening to here?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's playing as well through the audio because like we have a video of this and you can class A EVP, you can hear it. But what this particular one is, we were actually at a client's home. They were having some activity in their house. The owner had gone upstairs. She was the only one in the kitchen. So she coughed, and then we got this little kid saying, "You want a cool drink of water?" She was the only one up there. We were all in the basement at the same time. So it was a really good EVP. Again, the audio isn't doing it justice because when you first played it, I couldn't even hear it myself. And so you really have to kind of give it a listen on this one. But yeah.
Yeah, it comes through. I like I said, I heard like maybe cool and definitely drink. I heard the phonetics of it, but I'm just not picking up on everything that you're saying. That's a lot.
Yeah. And what was interesting about that is when we were there, we didn't really the owners didn't like give us any history of thinking it was children. They actually thought it was family members that had passed away older. But was interesting when I sent him the EVP, I'm like, well, I don't know where this comes from because it's a little kid saying this. And a couple days later he got back to me. He's like, oh my God, you're not going to believe this. He goes, but when we moved into that house, 2 little girls appeared to my mother, and she just told them she'd make a deal with them that if they never showed themselves to her children, that she would give them everything. So they always were like, it was really weird that mom had dolls and toys in her room. We could never figure out why. So that was just really cool validation on that aspect.
Yeah, I honestly, I absolutely hate dolls myself. I see them at people's houses, or like you go to like a museum, or you go to somewhere like 18th, 19th century at home or something, and they have dolls, and like my aunt or my mom have dolls, and it's like, oh, I fucking hate dolls. They're looking at you, they're staring at you. You know, they could be. It's probably in my head, but I don't know. Just something about dolls. There's so many haunted dolls out there that you hear about too. I'm kind of all set.
I like the fact that they were trying to bribe the ghosts into being cool.
Yeah, well, it worked apparently, but yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go on to the next one here. Let's see. Oh, what did I do? Oh my God! Oh Jesus! Give me a second. I'm sorry. Exit full screen. Okay, here we go. Buddy's first day. Here with Buddy. Oh, what am I doing? I'm sorry. I'm terrible at this. Mike is cursing me in his comatose state on. There we go. All right. Help if I hit play. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the one that wouldn't come through. I couldn't get it to download. So I'm going to go to the next one.
Oh, that was a really good one too. Bummer.
That's too bad. Again.
No kidding.
All right, Rick, I'll let you go first. What do you think?
I was just going to ask, what was that being picked up on?
Just a regular voice recorder.
Very cool.
I
heard fire.
What are you hearing, Rick?
I heard fire. And then, an ominous voice. I couldn't make out the rest, but it was definitely pretty neat for sure.
Cool. Reeni? Reeni, your thoughts?
Honestly, I'm gonna try either, and I put my headphones like way up there too. So that's all I heard.
What did you hear? I'm sorry.
I just heard like a fire, but that's all I heard, and I had my headphones like way up just to make sure that I could hear it, and that's all I got.
Right. Honestly, for me, I thought I might have heard talk, but the beginning was a little jumbled. It was a little blurry, and I definitely heard fire come through. Again, it's probably the manner in which we're playing the EVPs over the stream like this is probably just not coming through as nearly as clear as it does right off the recorder. But Jill, what can you say about this one here?
Yeah, again with the audio, but what we got out of that one, we were actually at Randolph County Infirmary, and that building has burned down 3 times. We were walking down through the basement, and we captured this voice that said, "The building's on fire, don't you know?" So it kind of made me think like, oh, does this ghost see? Like, does he really see, like, thinking the building's still on fire? And he must have perished in the fire is my guess. But it was just kind of cool that, the building was on fire. We hear fire. Yeah, that's a place.
Were you able to confirm any deaths that may have occurred in these fires, or?
Oh, I'm sure there were. It's been so long since we've been there. Like, I'm sure there was history on it because, like I said, it's burned down 3 times, and it was also in the asylum. So there, how many deaths and things that they had going on there.
Right, even the most unreported deaths in asylums, especially here in Rhode Island. Whereabouts is this asylum located?
That's in Indiana.
Oh, nice. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
I believe it's in Winchester, Indiana, but don't quote me on that because I go to Indiana a lot because they got a lot of good stuff there.
Nice, cool. All right, we'll go to the next one then. Let's see. Okay, this one, and I do this right. No, I'm sorry. Please bear with me. Buddy is working. Okay, here we go. Touch things. I'm gonna play that again. Okay, so I hear in the beginning a clear and distinct it sounds like a kid's voice again. Don't know, couldn't tell you what she's saying. It sounds like a whole sentence. And then I hear what may be a living person's voice on opposite ends. Reeni, what are your thoughts on this one? Do you get it? Are you getting anything on this one?
All I could hear, it sounded a little jumble, and then all I heard was like 1 second. I'm not really sure what that even. It just sounds like 1 second.
Right. Now,
So
as an
sounded like to
investigator, do you find that like different people hear different things when listening to EVPs or listening to audio?
I mean, I think so. I
Mhm.
mean, but to me, it just sounded like somebody said 1 second.
Mhm.
Like basically,
Okay.
like hold on.
Okay. Rick?
I thought I heard "touch me." That might have been sub. I don't know.
It might have been subliminal because you saw
Yeah.
such things. Maybe like I said, I just heard the definitive child's voice there. I couldn't really make out what she was saying. Jill, can you give us any context to this one?
Yeah, there is some outside voices that you do capture because it was during the daytime and there were people outside and some of our investigators were outside. But on the inside, you'll hear like the outside talking. Then you hear a child giggle, and then it says, "I want to touch your things." This was actually at the Villisca X murder house, where there were 6 children who were murdered in this house.
Ooh.
And so we actually had a lot of toys out and a lot of things for the kids. You know, and again, a lot of it is on the audio too. So if people want to sometimes check, because I know we have a couple other ones here coming up from Villisca, to check out our video on the Villisca X murder house, and you'll be able to really clearly be able to hear those audio, because we got some. I didn't send them all, but we got some amazing Class A's from there. Actually, the one and only time I've ever had 2 spirits actually talking to each other. And I couldn't find that one to send you, but it was 2 of the kids, because the one said, "You want to play?" and the other one said, "No way." So we have kids talking.
Is this in Indiana as well?
No, that one's in Iowa.
No kidding.
Iowa. Oh wow.
And who did the murdering?
They never found the killer. He came in, he killed the parents first, and then he went and he killed 4 of the kids that were upstairs. Then he went down into the other room where they actually had 2 girls who were staying overnight from another family. So all these 6 kids got murdered and the 2 adults. And then the killer like covered up all the mirrors, covered up the bodies, actually ate food in the kitchen and left. And so they never did find the killer. There's suspects on who it was, but nobody was ever caught.
What year was that?
1910.
Yeah.
Wow,
this is a popular. This is not a popular thing, but I mean, this is a recognized case. This is something I might have seen on TV. Yes.
Oh yeah. It's very well known.
Sounds wicked familiar.
Yeah. Well known.
Reeni, you being the true crime person, do you know anything about this case?
A little bit, but not much. Like I haven't dived. No, am I frozen?
You were for a second, it seemed, but you're fine now.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I haven't took a big dive into this case, so I mean I don't know much about it. I do know that it's on my bucket to go there. I mean, not gonna lie.
Yeah, sounds horrible.
It's a horrible scene, and I don't know, it's somehow makes my bucket list of places that I want to get to.
Yeah, it's pretty funny when you're doing this kind of stuff. You're like, oh, that's horrible. I'd love to go
I'd love
there.
to go there and sit in the dark for several hours. Oh my god, I'd love to. That's awesome. All right, we're gonna head to the next one real quick. Here we go. Oh yeah. Play it again. All right. So let me just say, Jill, as a fellow investigator, that's like one of those oh my god moments. You guys got to hear this shit because this is incredible. That you hear that. I don't have headphones on. I don't have. I'm just listening through my little computer speaker, and I heard clear as day what that little girl was saying. What was it? We're right here, right? And it was absolutely phenomenal. Rick,
Awesome. Yeah. Again, that's a great one.
right? Reading.
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree with both of you on that one.
got-
It was
Clear,
All right,
spot
Jill.
on, clear as day.
All right, Jill. What horrible location were you at now?
That was still from Velisca.
Oh,
So that's it was just really cool because you just walk in and you're just like, hey, hello, and then you actually get an answer back. Unfortunately, it would have been nice to hear it audibly. But yeah, very excited when we captured that EVP.
that awesome.
That's great. Yeah. And now that's the place where they house the children.
Yes.
Okay, so let me ask you something, Joe. Throughout the shows that we've done on Legit Paranormal, even the shows that we do Legit Paranormal clips, Mike has his theory as the non-investigator, as the idealist, maybe, and I have my theory as the investigator. Not to say I'm wrong, he's right, I'm right, wrong, he's right, whatever. He believes that any child that you hear when investigating is not a child, but in fact maybe a negative entity or a demonic or an elemental, but it's never a child because all children go to heaven. Whereas I, being the investigator, have experienced children in the field and believe that they're children. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, I'm sure there is some trickery, but honestly, demons and demonic things is a rarity. So you have to be careful in taking what context and what you're doing and where you're at. Being as this was a place where 6 children were brutally murdered, and we got a lot of EVPs with the children interacting with our things. I've even got EVP too, where one of the children who was murdered, her name was Lena. And when I watched a show, a psychic medium had said Lena likes to mess with the people who come to investigate. She thinks it's fun. And we actually got an EVP of one of the older boys. I forget his name now. He didn't say it, but just from the voice, I could tell it's the older boy. He just says, no, Lena, no. So I think she was going to do something and he told her not to do it. So again, validity of the names of the children who are in the home. And he was actually speaking to her, not to us. So that would be some validity of it not being a demonic. And again, with all I've been investigating probably for 15 years now, and I have come across some ornery stuff, nothing ever evil, demonic. Yes, it's out there. I'm not going to say it's not, but It's a rarity. It's a rarity.
Right. Reeni, you're an investigator. Yes. What are your thoughts on this?
In a way, I do believe that there could be children's spirits, obviously. I don't think that they're trying to trick anybody as far as they're demonic or anything like that. I mean, I've come across some children's spirits, as you want to call it, and they weren't demonic. So, I mean, but I definitely understand what Mike is, his theory on that. Right. I don't want to say theory, but his take on it. And I mean, you want to always believe that a child spirit will, move on, cross over wherever that may be. But I mean, I see it from both ways. But in my opinion, I kind of, as a paranormal investigator, I've come across children.
Right. I have too. I've come across children laughing. It's corresponded with what clients have said. It's been in areas where there would have been children. Also, though, we've investigated places like here well, not in Rhode Island, but in Massachusetts. They have up near Boston in Quincy Harbor, Quincy Bay. They have this ship called the USS Salem. It was a light cruiser, mostly during the Cold War. Saw some action in like Greece when they had an earthquake. Some people might have died on it. But there's a child that is caught. I caught it with my recorder. Other investigators have caught it with their recorder in the it's what they call the anchorless room, where they drop the anchor from, and it controls the chain of the anchor. So why would a little girl be housed in an area like that? Or another place, I host events at an armory, like military social type events are hosted there. But time and time again, there's a voice of a child that comes through in the drill hall. Why would a child's voice be present? Is it a child? Is it somebody tricking me? Is it? I don't know.
We have a little girl ghost in downtown Block Island who hangs out in a couple of the stores and a couple of the restaurants, and people will be in the changing room, or it's usually in the ladies' room, where they'll get a knock on the door and they'll hear, "Will you play with me?" And awesome. It's pretty normal occurrence to, you know. So
that sounds pretty intelligent too. It doesn't sound like a residual, something trapped in time. It sounds like it's talking to us like right here in the now, which is pretty cool.
Actually, buddy, it was in the basement. Well, not the basement, but the first level of the place that we went when you were out here last.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Funny. I might have some things for that on a different occasion. I noticed on Block Island. Speaking of Block Island, Children's Spirits, the magical place called the Hygeia House, where we captured the voice of a child. And he said a few sentences, and clear as day. And then we were able to collaborate it with the story of a kid who lived in the building, who died like right up the road, right under that bridge. You know what bridge I'm talking about, Rick, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah. He died. The high tide came in and he drowned. And he was 10 years old and he lived in the house. And was it him? I think so. I don't think it was a demon, but I don't know. I could be wrong. Anyway, we're gonna move on to the next one. I love the children's voices always creep me out the most, I feel. But here we go, the next one. All right. Oh yeah, buddy.
Wow.
Okay, Reeni, go ahead. Go the doubter.
Did it say step on it? Is that what I heard?
I'm hearing a little girl's voice. Jill? Okay. I'm hearing a little girl's voice.
Yeah, for us it was from Velisca.
Hello? All right, so she froze, I guess. I'm hearing a jumble.
Yeah, it should. Well, what we got was, how about if we both play?
Oh, that sounds good. All right. Rick, what are you getting on that?
I heard it clear as day. Is this place open to the public to go to? Jill?
I know Velisca is.
Oh yeah. Yep. They're open for paranormal investigations.
Nice. Wow. And is it somebody's private residence now? Oh no, this is the infirmary.
Yeah, they are open. Yep.
Oh, nice. This is Ballista? This is
No, they just rent it out for investigation. So
nice. Cool.
No kidding.
No, this one here, well, that one too, they rent it out, but Velisca, yeah, they rent that out too.
Wow.
That's awesome. That's just like with a basic recorder, right? You're not using any special microphones or technology. This is just like a recorder picking up a voice. I don't have a recorder floating around, but
Nope.
Jill, just like something like this.
Yeah, just your basic Olympus. Yeah, your Olympus.
I use Olympus. It doesn't matter. You don't have to have anything crazy high
pretty
price
much like
technology.
that.
Right. Okay. Cool. That was absolutely phenomenal. All right. So we'll go to the next one. This is the last EVP. Oh, put that again. One more time. Rick, what do you got?
Was this from your house, Jill? I think I saw this one earlier. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's from the Boyd house. Yeah. I don't know if you can turn it up a little bit or not. I don't know, but yeah,
I'm going to try it again. Give me a second. I got to bring up the screen again. All right. Dallas, just give me a second, please. There we go. I'll try and turn up the volume. It's as high as it can go. So, all right, Rick, did you hear it?
I heard it a little bit, but I actually heard it better earlier today, and it was pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I hear game over. It sounds like there is something else afterwards, which I can't really pick up on, but it sounds pretty. The game over sounds really good. Reeni?
I couldn't really hear it, to be honest with you. And I'm not sure if it's just like my computer that I can't hear it or my headphones tonight, but I just couldn't hear it.
Right. Okay. We'll give it one more try. Oh God. Game over. So I'm picking up on I'm picking up on the game over, and then it sounds like she says something else. I can't really hear it. Joe, what's being said here? What are we talking about?
Yeah, I just heard the game over. I could never figure out what that other word was either. But that one's actually at my house, the Boyd house that I have. And we were just running the spirit box, and then after we shut it off, we get this game over. Like, okay, great, like the kid was probably having some fun, and now we turned it off and we're done. So that was kind of a really cool EVP to capture.
What's the history of the Boyd house? Anything like really terrible happen?
That one we have 4 or is it 5 confirmed deaths at that house. Most of them have died stroke, heart attack. But the only one that we have that we know of on record anyway is a little boy that choked to death when he was about 5 years old. So he passed away in the home that way. But there's a lot of records that we can't find or don't know anything about because our land goes back to like the 1800s. And I can only go back, I think, as far as the first owner of the house in 1912, and then just kind of who owned the land prior to that. So who even knows what kind of stuff happened. With the house being the first house on the edge of town back in the day, it was a real Wild West booming town. We see pictures. It's got, the horses, the wagons, all that kind of stuff. And the town actually butted up against the Sioux Dakota reservation line. So, there was some stuff happening and going on down there. So there's a lot of rich history down in that town.
Whereabouts is Boyd located? I'm sorry.
It's in the town Boyd, Minnesota. So it's about 145 miles southwest of the Twin Cities in Minnesota. And we're about an hour from Brookings, South Dakota. So we're in the real southwest corner. It's a very tiny town. There's only 170 people in it. You just drive through a bunch of cornfields, and then there's the town, and then more cornfields. So we really only have a bar and a restaurant. That's pretty much it for the town.
Nice.
So it's small. It's nice. Very tiny, but
kind of like Block Island in the wintertime. Sounds like that.
Buddy, you got to check out. It is on YouTube, the Boyd House documentary. That place is so active, it's unbelievable.
We had Jill on Legit Paranormal. Probably, I think it was last summer, and she had some fantastic stories from there. So I'm gonna have to. What is it? What? It's the Boyd House documentary.
Yep, that's what it came up as on my feed, anyways.
Nice.
It was very cool.
I have to check that out. All right. So now next we have some videos to that Joe provided.
Yeah, you can find all of our videos and stuff on YouTube.
Nice. All right. Just bear with me a second. So I have 3 of them. I guess I'll play the card push really quick. All right. So here we go. So what are we looking at here? Rick?
Looks like somebody pushed the card off the table.
Yeah. Reeni?
Yeah, I mean, it's just
It just kind of falls off on its own, it seems.
Yep.
Joe, what's the context behind this video? What are we looking at other than a card falling off a table?
Yeah, that's at the Boyd house as well. So
Right.
that particular night, I had put a REM pod on that table, and it had gone crazy on and off for several hours. But that night, I was put cards down, and I had a couple real old coins on the table, some old gold coins, and I was just like, every hour I'd come down there, reshuffle the cards. I just throw out some lingo. This aces are wild, blah blah blah.
Mhm.
But I had that one card, and I always had it to the edge of the table, like it wasn't over the edge. It was just right on the edge. Every time I came down, I said, hey, if you've enjoyed tonight's cards, go ahead and throw this off. That'll let me know that you like cards, and more people will play more cards,
Mhm.
So, I did this on and off, and then at about midnight was about the last time I went down there. Said the same thing. Hey, throw it off. About 15, 20 minutes after I left, that card got thrown off the table.
Nice.
So I was pretty excited in the morning when I came down and saw it on the floor, and I was really excited more that I caught it on film, because I wasn't sure, because that was actually shot off our old high 8 tapes. So I was like, oh, I hope it was within the first 4-hour window. So
Yeah.
I was going to ask you what kind of camera system that you were using. That's seems important nowadays. Everybody's switching to the newer technology, but the high 8, so that's like the older, right? That's the pre-Ghost Hunters generation.
I'm old school. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Analog, baby.
Yep, that's like, it is. It's the dinosaur age, where you had the old tape, but you know what? I tell you that thing still, it shoots the clearest of everything I have, even with the newer stuff, the HDs, everything. So I just love my old high 8. So
Nice.
you really can't get them anymore. So when they die, I guess I'm going to be sad, but I think I own about 15 or 16 of them. So I'm going to be in good shape for a while.
Nice.
That's
awesome. All right, we'll go to the next one here. Let's see. Kind of happens first. At first, it happens fast. We'll play it again. Okay, one more time. Reeni, what do you see?
Yeah, I can't. You're gonna have to play that again for some
We'll do.
apparent
We'll do. Here we go. One more time.
Yeah, it looks like
To me, I think it happens like immediately as soon as she focuses on that door at the end of the hallway. You almost see a shadow figure, kind of like poking on by. What do you think, Reeni? Do you see anything?
To be honest with you, I was too worried about the walking, the walking. I'm like, I was waiting for like this thing to kind of pop out. I'm not gonna lie. I was probably trying to watch a scary movie, and I was like waiting for it, but I clearly did not see it because it seems like if it was too fast. Like I feel like if you put it in slow motion, I may be able to get it.
Right. We'll play it again, but go ahead, Rick. Tell me what you think.
Yeah, focus on the door. Reeni.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like he scoots around the corner.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Did you saw it that time? You got us?
I seen it that time. I got you now.
Cool. That's exactly what I seen. Is kind of like goes into focus. You see that shadow just walking through the doorway. That's like that's another like holy shit moment for an investigator. Joe, can you tell us about your holy shit moment?
Yeah, well, you know what? I didn't see I didn't see that till I got home. But that was actually at the Randolph Infirmary as well. And that place is huge and enormous, and everybody bailed. So it was just me and my buddy Teresa. So two girls in this huge asylum. So we were just getting some crazy stuff all night. She had actually seen it when she saw this film. She said it was very similar to what she saw in the basement while we were setting up. She said something just kind of ran real fast and looked at her and then took off. But this was actually, we were at like a 3-way stop in a hall, and I was panning like, do you want to go this way? You want to go this way? Or you want to go this way? And then when I came back, that's kind of when you saw that thing running. It almost, now this is in normal speed, but if you do put it in slow motion, when he gets to the other side, he almost kind of peeks around again just to see like, oh, did they see me? You know, kind of thing. So yeah, that was a pretty cool catch, I thought.
Awesome.
That's terrifying.
Especially when you're the only ones in there.
Yeah, no, I can't imagine.
Yeah,
I can't imagine. I'm the biggest chicken in the world, even though I'm into this stuff. It's like, you know, show me, don't show me. Show me, don't, just a little, please. But that was awesome.
That was fantastic. Now, Joe, when I see that, I don't really subscribe to this religion of the paranormal, but it's dark. It looks like a humanoid figure. Some might call something like that a shadow figure. When I hear shadow figure, I've seen shadows with my own eyes, multiple times in this very basement that I'm sitting in right now. I've seen shadows. I don't believe I don't believe people say, oh, it's a shadow person. It's like, again, a demonic entity. They tag something evil onto it. It's my feeling that it's like something like that. Like there's like an entity that we can't see, and the light is coming through and casting a shadow on the window behind me, and you're seeing the shadow of something that you can't see with your own eyes. I don't think there's anything demonic about it whatsoever. People seem to take this idea and are running with it and saying it's everything from a demon to an alien. What are your thoughts?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's dark, you know, so I wouldn't really necessarily say it's a shadow. You know, it may have been something that was not fully formed, and it was just in that darker stages before you could actually see it. It definitely had some energy to it. And honestly, I mean, I wasn't getting anything evil. I think this is just a spirit that's creeping around and like, hey, there's some girls down there. What's going on? Kind of thing. And we just happen to catch him running across, or again, an asylum. So who knows? This crazy person could be running around playing games, hide and seek. You don't know what they're doing. You know, so yeah, I don't know. It was definitely, I wouldn't say full blown apparition, but you know, maybe halfway.
That's as far as it could manifest itself is to that level, essentially, is what you're saying.
Right.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
There's a bit of a lag. Just kind of making fun of it. Reeni, Rick, your thoughts on shadow people? Was that a shadow? Was that an apparition?
Yes. It is hard when it gets to the delay.
Fair enough.
My thoughts on shadow people. It was definitely something creeping around that corner. I would have been scared if it was good or evil. But that's just me. And as far as them all being evil, I don't think so. I think you're onto something. I think that's maybe just how some of them form, you know?
Right. Absolutely. Reeni?
I actually have to agree with Rick on that one. I mean, I don't think that everything, like every shadow person that we see is like some kind of evil thing. But I mean, I know a lot of people, they'll say, oh, well, I've seen the shadow person and it's demonic. Well, how do you know?
Right.
I mean, I've seen shadow people and nothing ever harmed me. So obviously it wasn't demonic.
Right. I used to work at a group home in Woonsocket, Rhode Island. And this is kind of before I did any of this. This is years ago. And I was unloading the dishwasher, and I heard they had motion sensors. It was a kid's group home. Kid set off the motion sensor. Oh, I thought it was a kid that set off the motion sensor. They thinking that the kid was getting out of bed to use the bathroom. I turned around and looked into this dark bedroom, saw a figure walking out. The figure remained dark, walked right in front of my face, and disappeared like that. I have never been so terrified in my entire life. It was about, now I'm 6'4", so it's about here. So I'm saying it was maybe about 5'11". You saw the shoulders going back and forth like this. You saw the sway of the arms. You saw the whole image of this thing just like right in front of my face, and bam, it was gone. And I grabbed that countertop for dear life, and I froze literally for like at least 30 minutes. That was the most terrifying moment. And then after that, I'm like, ooh, this is kind of cool. Stuff would happen and be like, it was kind of like more adrenaline than fear at that point, and that kind of blossomed into my interest in paranormal and investigating it. So it started for me with a shadow person, which I think is just manipulation of light. That's all I think it is. So anyway, Rick had blacked out for a minute. He probably dropped his camera. And
yep, just get it back there, bud. What's the show?
Yep. And we're gonna go to the third and final video clip. Here we go. I'm gonna play it again a few times. One more time. All right, so I'm gonna start off. I just honestly, being an investigator, I like to try and play the devil's advocate, but all I'm really seeing is the camera slowly panning across a very dark and poorly lit room, and I really don't see anything. Reeni?
Is there like somebody looking out the window while you're filming that? Maybe I missed it.
Jill?
But that's what it looks
No,
like. There's like
what we captured was somebody walking in front of that.
Oh,
Let's
we're
watch
gonna
it
burn
again,
the
bud.
camera. Okay,
Really hard to see because it is kind of dark.
Let me play that. Let me play it again.
Yeah, it's the very first window.
I'm sorry. It's the very first window.
it just looks like somebody is like looking out the
Yeah,
window.
it kind of, you see how it goes light and then there's like a darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Play it again. I want to see this. All right, I do see some kind of movement. It's towards the end, or
Yeah, it's a tough one to see.
it is. Rick, do you see anything there?
I'm not sure which window I was supposed to be looking at.
Nope,
so.
it's right in the beginning. So it says you're coming. It's the very first window.
On the right?
Well, you're looking to be on the left, so you're coming from
Okay.
left to right.
All right. I'll play it again a few times.
Thanks.
Oh,
All
okay.
right.
I see that now.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to play that again because now
now I'm looking in the right direction.
Oh, okay. Holy shit! And that's
And then maybe
yeah. Okay. Wow, that's pretty cool.
And that one picture that I sent you that says Pubmo picture.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think where I have that. Go ahead. Talk about the picture, please, while I find it.
I stilled that shot and then I took a picture and screenshot it.
Okay.
Yeah, the one that says Pubmo picture.
Where
Show the figure that was in the window.
Yeah, that's cool. Where is this taken?
That was actually at when we first started investigating. We did a local bar in downtown Stillwater. They contacted us and said they had a lot of different activity at the bar.
Okay. All right.
That
I got
way,
these pictures.
and actually, one of my friends I work with, she had been in the upstairs one time to use the bathroom.
All right. I got these photos here that she sent us. Share screen one more time. Window, this one, right? No, where am I at? I'm on this one. Okay, window. Here we go. Bear with me a second, and All right, here we go. Don't mind the weird screen. All right, open. Can we see this? All right. Oh yeah, there we go. Can everybody see that?
No,
Oh shit.
they got me on Matrix mode again.
Oh, you guys don't see what I'm. Oh fuck. All right, hold on a second. Hold on. Oh Jesus. All right. Bear with me. Stop sharing. Share again. Please hold your calls. Oh, slides. Here we go. Okay. Your computer. This uploads files. Please hold. Your calls are important to us. Buddy is going to share some stuff here or attempt to. Oh, fuck, where'd it go? No path. Oh. All right. Give me a. I'm sorry. I'm fucking up here. Extra camera maybe. The dog is very excited. She's sharing in her excitement. That's not it. I don't know. I'm sorry, Jill. I'm having some difficulties here. Showing you stuff. Let me try one more thing.
Oh, that's okay. I just figured if you could see that, it would help you on the video where you.
Oh, definitely. Once I knew where to look, it was. I was like, oh, of course, there it is.
All right. Blah blah. We'll try this one. Hold on. Can you see it now? Oh, can you see it now?
Yeah, blow it up though.
All right.
But it really does look like there's somebody in the window.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you totally see the shadow. You see the head. That's kind of cool.
That's very cool.
Oh shit! I just made it big. Okay. And this one here is what's this one here, Joe? Oh wow, is that the holy shit?
Yeah, that one's as tall as a camera, the old high 8 cameras. That's set up as high as it can go. But yeah, that's at Ashmore State. So we were just, shooting just pictures, and then there's been a known entity on this particular floor. And we ended up capturing that figure just standing there. And then it was a pretty cool shot, I thought.
That's honestly that's one of the best. You see that that's one of the best photos I almost ever seen. I mean, it's got almost ever seen. It's got the head and the shoulders. It looks like it's almost like a restroom sign with you see the head and just the head and the shoulders. It's just I don't know. It seems pretty cool to me. It really stands out. Rick, your thoughts on that one?
Awesome. I would have ran.
that was captured on high 8.
What's that?
I'm sorry, Jill. That was captured on high 8 or just snapping photos.
No, that's a photo, but it's standing next to the high 8 camera. And interesting enough with that, on that particular floor, this spirit likes to shut cameras off, and it kept doing that most of the night. And I'm not talking like the battery died, like the on-off switch is actually flipped. So this spirit likes to do that. So we just happened to capture the spirit down. So that's the original photo. And then the zoomed in one. But yeah, we actually happened to catch that spirit right by the camera, probably getting ready to shut it off again.
That's awesome.
That's absolutely crazy. Let me just touch on something really quick before I show this last one. You talk about the spirit shut. Oh, come on. You talk about the spirit shutting things off on you.
Buddy, I think a spirit might be on your computer tonight.
Yeah, the Matrix scene is really killing me, dude. I have been in spirit box sessions, and we're all sitting around asking questions, and suddenly the spirit box dies. We sit there, we check the batteries, we change the batteries. Batteries, the thing comes on. It's like, what the hell is wrong with this thing? It's like somebody just grabs it and then they turn the volume back up. It's like somebody just turned the volume down in the middle of the session, and nobody actually did it. It was just kind of happened. Do you find that this happens a lot? Do they manipulate electronic devices? Do they mess with our equipment?
Oh, I absolutely think so. There's so many times where I'm like, I just put a fresh battery in it. This was just working. And then you put a new battery in and everything's fine. And you can test that battery, and that battery tests out fine. So yeah, there's just different things that I think they manipulate, and they learn to sometimes even just drain your batteries. You put one in and you're like, this was 100% 2 seconds ago. So I think they use that for energy too as well. So yeah, they definitely, for sure, if they can move objects and shut doors and make noises and all kinds, I have no doubt in my mind they can mess with stuff.
Absolutely. Now I find, I don't know if you do, they call it in the Northeast, it's called a paranormal hangover. Do you notice do you feel like you're almost hungover the next day? Do you feel like a drained in energy? Do you feel like drained in energy when you're there? Headaches, biophysical stuff, anything that you can report that you would feel is paranormal in nature?
Oh yeah, I get that too, but a lot of it I kind of I tend to be more on the scientific side. I don't just automatically say, oh, it's paranormal. So a lot of the stuff that I experience, I think for me is because mostly I'm the driver and stuff, so I think it's just for me, just the travel. But I have had I've seen one of my investigators get drained completely to the point where she was almost passing out, and at that time in her life she was a bartender, so totally used to staying up all night, and and then we'd remove her from the house and take a break, and she was fine, just all and you go back in and it's, again.
Right.
So I've seen that happen as well.
I'll tell you, that happened to me at the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado. Hit me like a ton of bricks. I ended up almost leaving. That's my MO. But I almost ended up leaving. I did end up having a few too many cocktails and going back for the rest of the night. The only way I was sleeping that night. But no, there was just something about that place. As soon as I walked in, it took everything out of me.
Yeah, right. Have you ever gotten that, Reeni? Have you ever felt that way investigating?
Just when I was at Wilson Castle.
What's that?
That's in Vermont.
Oh, nice.
Yes. And I will be the first one to admit, since I was there for a couple days, I decided, I know everybody else was going to stay up, but at that point, I had to go to bed.
Right.
There was no way I could keep going. I didn't have any more energy left.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that I was with a Reiki master, and he tried on a couple of us, because I'm not going to name any names on who I was there with, but he did try to give us a little bit more energy, and that still didn't work. Even if we tried going, we didn't have anything left.
Yeah, no, I've definitely noticed that myself. I usually load up on monsters and coffee and everything else to keep my body going. As excited as I am, slowly but surely, my body maybe it's scientific. Yeah, it's probably scientific. It's probably something biologically explainable, but some investigations just really wipe me out. And even the next day, I just tired. I'm drained. I don't feel like doing anything all day except maybe listening to evidence, and that's really the only thing I dive into. But yeah, that's it. So let's let me try and manipulate this computer one more time, and I'll show the last photo that we have from Jill. It's really good. Everybody's gonna like it, I'm sure. Entire screen. Hold on, give me a second. I'll bring everybody back into the matrix and mess with everybody's eyes one more time. Here we go. Oh God, everything's blocked. Okay, I'm sorry. Bear with me a second. Talk amongst yourselves. Here we go. All right, so this last one, here it is. This looks like, oh yeah, this is a good one too. This is the other one we just saw.
Yeah, it's just the far away version. So that would be like the original photo. So you still can see there is a figure down at the end, and then the other one's kind of zoomed in, so you can see that a little bit. But yeah, definitely a figure there. So Ashmore was a really cool place. We got a lot of interaction there.
Phenomenal. Where is this again? I'm sorry. One more time, Jill.
That's in Illinois.
Oh,
yeah, Ashmore Estates.
Mm-hmm.
Rick, Reeni, your thoughts on that one?
Awesome.
I thought it was awesome. Like, regardless, even because you had the smaller picture and you could still see the outline. Like, it was very curious on what was going on. So
yeah.
I mean, that was a really, really good picture.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we've done a lot of things over the years.
Very cool.
No, that was very good. It's good seeing it backed up, and you see that oh my God, it's creepy. It gives my my back tingles right now just like looking at it. It's awesome though. That's really good. That's really incredible photography. You can't get that like one out of a million times as an investigator. You hope to get stuff like this, and when you do, it's absolutely amazing.
Well, that's we leave that up to Donna. She loves taking photos, and all she does is goes click, 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 and she, you might get 75 of the same shot. Right. But like we used to tease her to see how many she could get in one location, and she pulled off over 7,000 photos in one location, just to see if we get anything. So she likes taking the pictures.
I have an investigator in my group, Catherine. She's out in New York. When she comes out for investigations, she takes three. When she takes the picture, she takes 3 at a time, so that she can correlate all 3. And if there's phenomena happening in one, see if it's happening in the other 2, or so it's always cool to take. I always tell people to take at least 3 of an area that they're in when they get in that feeling, and you have like more stuff to go on almost.
Right.
So that was really, really cool. I'm going to go around the horn one last time. Rick, do you have any final questions, thoughts, queries?
Not really, Jill. That was really awesome. Thank you for hanging out with us. Your evidence is great. I mean, what you showed us tonight and what I was watching on YouTube earlier is good stuff. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Reeni?
No, actually, I didn't. I did watch a couple of your YouTube videos earlier, and I the Christmas tree.
Yeah,
I loved that. But no, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, it was fun, and yeah, if anyone wants to just check out any of our videos, just hop on YouTube under St. Croix Paranormal, and we got a lot of stuff there. A lot of years of stuff.
That's awesome. It's always good to have a spot available where you can go and you can check out more stuff. It's I got to put more stuff online myself. It's just it's just a daunting task to put it all together, and I don't know. It's a lot of work.
I love doing it. So yeah, I kind of fell in love with video production, and so now I just kind of mess around, and whenever we go places, I just kind of make a little half-hour video of our travels and evidence, and it's more really a time sleep, thing for me. But I love sharing everything with everyone too as well.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's great. It's a lot of time that goes into this stuff, and when you can come out with something that's like, I can't tell you how many thousands and thousands of hours of video I've watched. There's been absolutely nothing. Yep. I've watched with dust floating by just slowly and whimsically, and like, oh my God, how much longer do I have to watch this shit? And it's just nothing. But when you actually get something, it's like, oh my God, this is like,
yes, it's worth it at that point. Yep.
It's fantastic that you have so much to present, the pictures, the video. It's really awesome, Jill. You're doing some great things out there in Minnesota.
Yes.
And anybody that way, the country, the Boyd House, you guys do tours, you guys do ghost hunts, you open to the public.
We just offer overnight paranormal investigations at the house. So that's open for anybody to come in and do an overnight. It's private. You're the only one there. So you can just find information at boydhouse217.com is our website. So all our information's there for you.
Fantastic. All right. You can watch this stream and all of our streams, all of our shows. The dog is getting really excited on legitpodcast.com. Tomorrow night, we have Daniel Bigfoot Benoit. I know, from Virginia. He comes on and he does East Coast. Would you shut up? He does East Coast Bigfoot Research Organization. The Bigfoot Zone. That's tomorrow night. He's gonna make this non-believer, this skeptic, a believer in Bigfoot one day. Saturday night we do absolutely nothing. Sunday night we're back live at 7:05 for. I know it's Sunday night. I know I'm talking about it. Live Sunday night at 7:05 as we welcome. Oh my God, who's gonna be on the show Sunday? Oh my God, I have a brain fart every week. Oh Jesus. Oh my God, I'll look it up. Anyway, we have Monday night, we're supposed to have a new show on. I'm not sure yet when it's going to debut or any of the details about it. Tuesday night, join us again for It's a Legit Metaphysical World, hosted by Auntie Dale, and my dog is very excited about that as well. And Wednesday night, join us for live at 8:05, of course. Join us for the Legit Paranormal News. And Thursday night we come back again and we do the clip show. So on Sunday we're going to be joined by Marie Weston. She's the owner and operator with her husband of UK Ghost Hunters, as well as the Nottingham Haunted Museum. Yeah, the Nottingham Haunted Museum. And over there in Nottingham, England, the UK, if you will. And they're going to be joining us, and they're going to bring some of that haunted stuff. They have haunted dolls. I'm going to close my eyes and drink my beer, and it'll be a great show. So for Rick Lysick, Block Island Rick, shut up! For Reeni, for Jill Shelley, I am Buddy Thayer of Legit Podcast. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Have a good night.